Nice. Hey, what's up, Runic? I'm sorry, I had my apprentice a little late tonight. I didn't get to check out your knife video yet. Hoping to catch the replay here soon. What's up, Jughead? How you guys doing? Appreciate y'all for popping in. This is our kind of a cleanup day. We're gonna finish. We're gonna throw another coat on this thing. I'm going to cut down the door that goes down here. Oh, I'll probably cut that before I do a coat of finish on this. I want to put one more coat on it, and then we're going to polish it. I do still have to do the bottom side, but I want the top to look really good first, the visible portions, and then we'll take care of the non-visible portions, which, let's be honest, I'll probably just do that later on. Not tonight, but a nice, beautiful, smooth finish. I missed the knife. Hey, Bex. Are you doing a replay or are you posting it or not? All right, man. Appreciate you. I really should cut the door first. That way I'm not making sawdust and then covering this thing with sawdust. So let me get the door cut. I kind of want to put this on. I do have to trim one of these pieces, this piece here. I've got to trim it back so that the door closes evenly. It's a little oversized right now, but so it closes evenly. All right, perfect. Good, Runic. I'll catch it then on replay. I really wanted to see that. So, those of you who don't know, Runic today, I guess, made a knife on his live stream. Or made a knife handle, something. I wanted to see it and I missed it because work. I have an apprentice at work, so I'm limited on my just stand around and watch video time. My apprentice is she's a good kid. I usually am not fond of. I know this is going to sound wrong, but people will get the fuck over it. In my experience, females in a shop are usually more of a distraction than anything. But this kid is very. I can do it. I don't need you to do it for me. I just need you to show me what I need to do, and then you go away. And I'm here for it. Typically, in my experience, it's much the opposite. You're offended? Fuck off. Hey, Steph. Hey, Papa. Hey, Brian. Robert, how you doing, guys? I appreciate y'all coming in. All right. So I need to cut this, and then I need to sand it because I want it to look good. I got to sand off all my pencil marks and stuff, and a little bit of glue smear. We're not allowed in. No, no, that is not what I said. I was referring to the garage shop, not this shop. Hmm. I feel like I need to use a different saw. So maybe I'll clamp this to this table, put a straight edge down, and use my circular saw to trim that top off. No, no distractions. All right. What do you have there? That's the door panel that we made that goes down here to cover that for a little cabinet. What up, Sergeant Grace? This is the flag case. We're going to put another coat of finish on it. And then I'm going to do, I'll probably off camera, I'll do all the other bits of finish that need to be done to it. And I'm going to wax it. The top two sides and the face are going to be waxed. America. He's distracted enough for her, right, Papa? Right? I don't need any damn help. Okay. I can handle this on my own. Distraction wise. So what I need to do is I will need to cut a bit off of this, and I don't know. Well, I guess I can clamp it that way. That makes sense. Could be lots of help. I'm sure you can. OIA Mercantile. Orami? Is that Orami? Who is that? Hi. Cooking Mexican rice and over easy eggs? Hell yeah. Orami. Hey, I got one right. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. It's my happy dance. What they unusually do. Okay, so I need to be able to clamp this. You know what? I guess that's fine. There we go. That drops down in there eventually. Nope. That has to go on that side. There. I'm not going to cut it with the track saw because I don't fucking want to. So I'm going to cut it with this saw. We're going to see if this actually works or not. I just need to cut the very edge off. So I need to move that forward some. And then I need to measure up from the bottom. 17 3/4, slightly heavy. 17 3/4, More heavy. So for government work, let's see if that gets me the little trim that I need. I just need to create a straight edge here. Oh, I need to come back about 1/8 of an inch. All right, so we'll come back there. Be a little bit more. So how's everybody's week going? I know it's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. And ain't nobody want to be doing no work. 17 5/8. That should be beautiful. I know I don't want to be doing no work. Ooh, too much. That's pretty well perfect. Put that down. Ugh. Let's see if that gave me the... My battery needs charged. A little trim that I need. That'll give me a perfect trim. Great. Now, we'll clamp this to the table. Look at that, I got clamps right here. I'm blind. Why? Why are you blind? Did I show everybody my hairy white ass? If I did, you're welcome. It's fabulous. It's your third turning today? Nice. Nice. That sounds like a fun project. Good for you, Arami. All right. I'm going to cut this and then we're going to see if I fucking butcher it. So bear with me. Close enough to butchered. The work for government work. Got a migraine? Still learning? Hey, I think we're all still learning, buddy. If somebody tells you they know everything, they're lying to you. Tell you they know everything about a craft, they're liars. They know everything about anything, they're liars. Been working on cars for years and I know a lot, but I don't know everything. Working on a car professionally for years. Steph's been baking muffins for months. Weeks? I don't know. Whatever. She don't know everything. Had a migraine. Sorry to hear that, Grass. I am very glad that I am not one of those people that gets migraines. I can't imagine. Oh, is that what? Oh, yeah. Well, this is going away. So I've got, I don't know, about 100 of these that are just going to kind of become general purpose shirts, I guess. Damn, that's pretty fucking good. Isn't it amazing what you can do when you measure things? Lies. What did I lie about? I'm sorry. You do know nothing about muffins. Sorry. Sorry. What's up, country? Yep. What's it changing to? I don't have. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can give you guys a little sneak peek at the logo that I settled on. How do I do the green screen? There it is. I've got two logos. Whenever this stuff loads. Wait a minute. Oh, Wi-Fi is off. Woo. Hang on, it's got to load. Apparently. So this is just my life now. I'm just a person with this weird. This looks like squiggle marks back here. Well, here's one. That's the small logo, right? It also comes in teal. Well, I'm going to color fill it whatever color I want. Will this one load? Oh, here we go. Those were SVGs over there. So here's the small logo, the EWC. Not to be confused with the other EWC. And here is going to be all. Now, let me switch to this one. There, you get the idea of what it'll look like. That's going to be the new logo. Dan does wood. You guys see him? No hot pink. Hey, hot pink can be done for a small upcharge. Small upcharge. Very simplistic logos. Like, I like this one, but it's very busy. There's a lot going on here. And when I'm running it on the laser, depending on how small I get it, a cut above, the 2024, the hammer, right? It's got some detail in there. That white line in there. And these little dashes, this little inner box or octagon. It all doesn't translate very well all the time. Like, even I thought switching it up and doing it this way was going to make things better. And it kind of helps, but it's not. I don't know. It's too busy. It's too busy. Pointing at your head. We know it's not busy. Listen here. Listen here. I don't know why I log into this just to take this abuse. You're getting work done. You missed it. The logo. You didn't see the new logo. All right. Here is the new logos. A teal version and a black version. It's something on me. Oops. Even by itself, it's good. Which, the logo? That logo or that logo? Because I dig this one. I do kind of like it, Robert. Yeah, stupid bug. It's like 14 degrees outside. What the hell? All right, let me figure out how to make this go away. Oh, whipped cream is good. That's fair. That's fair. Whipped cream is always good. All right, let me get my table saw going. Turn you guys over here. I just need to box this out without taking too much off. Um, we're gonna do this. That's set up as a little table. And we're only cutting this so that way the dust that I make isn't going to be in the finish of that. Ewok. EWC is not Ewok. It's very different, Grass. Gosh. Also, I thought about that too. Play with his giggity. Think RG Woodworks is good? Yeah. I think RG Woodworks is good. I'm not naming my business RG Woodworks, but I get where you're going. All right, let me make a couple of 4 fast cuts, and we can get this part done. Hopefully. Goodness gracious. Okay. And I'm going to move this over a touch. We're going to cut this side. Oh, I got to remember to take my trash out. Okay, we'll take 2 little passes off of both sides. Let me just trip over the leg. Let me just measure this, make sure they're, fairly close. It's actually pretty close. Top and bottom are damn near perfect. All right, we're gonna go with that. What up, TJ? Hang a picture on the wall. Hey, Dan, how you doing, buddy? So, like I said, we are going to have to sand this, and then this will go down here. Yeah. And I have to. So, you guys can't see it. Well, when I boxed this in, I left this side piece of plywood long, and that way I can trim it down to fit. So we're going to trim it down here so that the door closes flat, not angled, because the door is going to close against the plywood. So I will trim it down with I don't know. I guess I could just unscrew it and fucking run it through the table saw. That's probably not a terrible idea. It's not like it's overly complicated to do. It's a couple of screws, pop it out. But I don't want to right now. It's starting to look like work. I don't want to do work. So let's see. Where does this need to sit so it closes flat? Oh, nice. So if I just take the width of this door off, maybe a touch more than the width here, so 3/4 of an inch. That'll be fine. I don't want to run the table saw anymore. Oh, the oscillating tool. I could use that. Yeah. Look at you being smart. It's probably going to take longer, but hey, I'm here for it. Why not? It's not like we got anything better to do today. Just gonna kind of chill and get some shit, dude. As long as I can cut in a relatively straight line. There we go. Oh, this battery needs charged. Yeah. So I believe that I have my thermostat on the heater kind of dialed in here to 65 degrees. So one of these days I'm going to go over there and make a little mark. What up, Brazil? It's fun though. Piece of wood as a guide. I'm thinking about just drawing a line with this here. Oh, that just fits. Damn, that fits real nice. Let's put up throw a couple of marks on there and then use that. Throw a line up and then just sit here and run it. Be done with it. Or with 6 screws, I can just run it through the table saw. Take 3/4 of an inch off of it. Man. I am just going to take the 6 screws out. I'm going to fuck it up. I know me. That is not the right bit. That was the bit from fixing Steph's stairs so she would feed me the other day. I was allowed to eat dinner because I didn't have to cook, and she had leftovers. But in order to have those leftovers, she forced me to repair her stairs, i.e., will work for food. Heating gas, propane, or electric? Natural gas. Will work for treats. Oh, so much dust. Oh, hey, guys, I don't know who pointed you this way, but over here. I don't think there was much forcing there. So much forcing, yes, including muffins. Right, Papa? The nerve. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing? But yes, Bex, I agree. Treats are important. I feel like treats are one of the primary food groups. Okay. We will take off. Oh, wow, that is exactly 24 inches. So we will take off a hair more than 3/4. I don't know why you guys let me unplug stuff. All right. Like nobody ever wants to watch me try to electrocute myself running my power box. It's fine though. It's fine. Yes, this side. Three-quarters of an inch. All right, let's see if that fits in there. And ow, freaking bracket splinter. I don't remember which way I was supposed to do it. Suicide out, I guess. Yeah, suicide out. All right. Okay, that's that. I'm not going to move you guys right at the moment. Let's see if this actually works. Oh, son of a bitch. It's fucking close enough. Okay, now I'll move you guys. You guys may fall down. If you do, Steph's fault. Remember how we were talking about where things go to die in the cabinet, i.e., the back of the cabinet. This is a very deep cabinet, only accessible from one side. I feel like a lot of things will go in here to die. But I intend to put finishes in here, so I'm going to put a shelf in here at some point, maybe some sort of a little rack system. But yeah. Oh, goodness. That was a lot of work getting up. I'm old. Considering all you do for her. Right? Right, Papa? Cut side to camera? Yeah. Yep. So I did. Cut side to camera. So now it's not green anymore. The other side is, though. Well, I'm offended. The only Papa I'm seeing. I feel like I'm missing something here, and I'm a little scared to scroll. So we're gonna. I did see somebody said something about heating their shop. Need to heat my garage shop, natural gas. About to be outlawed here in New York. No, fuck New York. A bunch of cucks. Listen, if you got to tell people to turn off their air conditioners because the power grid can't supply it, then fuck do you think's going to happen in the middle of winter when everybody's running off of electric heat, electric stoves, electric everything? Oh, she says you're starting stuff. No, not Papa. He wouldn't do that. Like, I'm all for electric. More energy hits from the sun, hits the earth every minute than we could use in a year. I think that's the figure. I might be a little off. Maybe his lifetime. I don't know. The problem is that just because you have basic solar collection doesn't mean you can replace everything. Stop trying to replace everything. Also, throughout history, the measure of a civilization's ability or greatness has been directly related to the amount of power that they consume or utilize, control. Maybe we start building some fucking nuclear power plants. The cost of electricity goes down, and upgrade the infrastructure. Maybe it would be a viable idea. Maybe. I have gas. I'm sure you do. I agree. Yeah. Right, TJ? You were taking care of Lily. Was Papa trying to start? Yeah, Papa, she will never believe. And the two of them could say anything, and they will always have each other's back, no matter how off the wall. The sad thing is, they can both know they're wrong, but that doesn't matter. What do they call that? Girl power? That what that's called? Beck's pointing fingers. You don't get blamed. Our government's stupid. The people who make the rules don't know anything about the system. As they prove every single time that there is any kind of congressional hearing. Or if we put a military base on that island, will it tip over? You fuck Jesus Christ. We elect these people. We need to stop electing politicians, start electing scientists. Maybe, just maybe, we can do something useful with our lives and our government. Now, I love my country wholeheartedly, without a doubt. I'll stand behind my country. But a country that is unable to criticize their government for being stupid is not a kind of country that I want to live in. So I'm going to criticize my government because that's First Amendment right. Plus, they deserve it. They know they're stupid. Broadcast it on television how stupid they are. One lies and the other swears by it. I'm telling you, Papa, that's exactly how it works. 100%. Nuke power plant security guard. It's really safe. Listen, they went, oh my God, but what if? And said, yeah, that's unacceptable. Instead, we'll poison the environment with solar panels that last, what's the over under on a solar panel? 20 years? And then we'll start regulating that has to happen, and windmills and everything. Because look, guys, we care about the environment. Yay! I forgot to turn on my dust filter fan thing. Excuse me. Now, talking about power isn't really political. It's if we keep it general enough, then it's not political. That's my only stipulation, is that we keep it generalized enough, not just this person bad, that party bad. They're all fucking stupid. They're all in it for themselves. They don't care about anybody else. Average Americans use 0.983 gigawatt hours. I didn't know that. Yeah, Papa, we need to not elect those those scientists. Those aren't really scientists. Those are just idiots in a white coat. Which used to be a whole different kind of people. 1.7. See, I couldn't remember if it was a day, a week, a minute, or a second, or some measurement of time. But I knew that the Earth gets hit with more energy in a very small amount of time than we could ever hope to use, at least in a year. But I think it might be a lifetime amount. I better not get. Sorry, Steph. I don't wear a white coat. One of those fancy ones that tucks your arms in, gives you the little self hug. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% behind doing something like solar collection. You know what? Sure, but it needs to be something that is, what are our solar panels at now? 20-ish% efficient. Now, I mean, granted, we're getting hit with a fuck ton of energy, so wasting 80% of it, probably not terrible. But if you're going to regulate that people start changing how everything is done, you need to start at the bottom, right? Those are great to keep warm in the winter. I can like 5 have to go in and pay Kenzie's dance tuition. Oh, okay, nice. The white coat with the very long sleeves. Yes, I agree. I agree. Eating and bouncing around singing. Hi, Lily. Kind of missed the nap. Yeah. The astute among you will notice that I sanded in spots. That is not something that I would do if this was not a shop project. Elizabeth, how you doing? I think it should be pink just cuz. What color are you going to paint that door? I'm not painting the damn biscuit. TJ, I agree. The wood stove is a great spot for mess ups. Hey, Desert Evergreen, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming back. Take a poll on the door color. No, I'm doing pretty good, Elizabeth. Doing pretty good. So I'm gonna go over this real quick with 220. It's gonna be a pretty fast one, and then we're done sanding. All right, calm down. Bear with me. I know nobody likes it. I don't like it. It's got to get done. All right. Just asking for a friend. Yes, I'm aware this doesn't get into corners. It's a shop project. All right. It's for the shop. I just wanted to clean up the dust and the schmutz and the fingerprints and the errant glue. Whatever. All right. Stop nagging me. Night soon with that. Bex, are you bringing friends in here? For your meditation music? I was unaware that the sticks had more than. Oh, hey, look! I reached my steps for the day. Look at that. I was unaware that the sticks had multiple friends. What's wrong with fingerprints? The surface, the finish doesn't stick to oil. Fingerprints. Beth is in training. Let me just come in here for you. You know what? Listen, as long as you guys are here, you can be here for whatever reason you want. I am aware that for the last week or so, the stacks, no, last month or so, the stacks have been the primary draw. All right, I'm aware. Everyone needs the Chaos Twins in their life. 4 if you count Abby. I don't know. Abby doesn't ever get on the group chat. Makes me sad. Why is there what is that bug? It's just flying around here being annoying. I'm gonna get you, bug. I'm gonna get you. Go fly into that fan. That's probably a good place for it. Or the heater. That's also a good place. For the entertainment. As long as you know that. Listen, I fully accept it. I'm aware. I'm just not as cool as the Chaos Twins. Is Beth in training for a Chaos Triplet? Is that what we're going to be calling it soon? Is it a white butterfly? No, it's some stupid little flying bug. I don't know where it came from. It's cold outside. I don't know why it's in here. Also, the other day before we had the cold snap, I seen a white butterfly looking thing. And it flew into my dog's mouth. So I don't know where it was supposed to go, but my dog ate it. Is it swarming there? Yeah, that's probably it. I'll have to make sure I turn the heat off for a day. Acceptance is the first step. I'll accept. See what you did, Papa? You encouraged this. This is on you, buddy. Had to bring in your glues. Oh, no. Now this is all on you now. You are the one that's responsible. All right, I need to let the dust settle in here a little bit, and then we can break out the finish. You had to bring in your glues. So I put the heat out here so I don't have to bring in my stuff. because I got real tired of schlepping it back and forth and then making sure that I had everything I needed before I started the stream. And then being halfway through the stream or halfway through filming a video and realize that I got to go back in the house to get something else. Where do we find the Elegant Woodcraft shirt? You will find it at elegantwoodcraft.com once the site is up and running, which I am working on. It'll look different than this. This will not be what it looks like. And I'm unsure if I will be able to get the shoulder print. I have to. So the shirts from the website will be from a print-on-demand company, and I may or may not change them around depending on quality. But like special stuff, my koozies and stuff, that'll all be coming from my local print shop. Because nobody has magnetic koozies. I don't know why. Big money maker. I mean, I spent a lot of money on them. Just getting ready by sending reels. Listen, I have a computer, I have several computers, and a phone. I can do two things at once. Oh, no heat in your shop. Hey, that makes sense. What's up, two dudes? How you doing, buddy? I've done worse. Yeah, Grass, I haven't seen you go live in a while. Also, to be fair, I don't get freaking notifications anymore for some ungodly reason. YouTube just decided, meh, he doesn't need to talk to anybody. I need to wipe this stuff off. I have another commission for a flag case that has been finalized that I'll have to get done. So I will have to take care of that. It's a little bit different than this one, but it'll still be nice. Huh. So here's the funny thing. I used to just send reels to like nobody. What up, Francois? It's been months. Space heater sizes. Oh yeah, sizes. Yeah. Sorry, my chat was frozen. Bob Francois. Will you also do it in live? What, the other flag case? I can. It's going to be a little bit of a different design. It's not going to have a flip down door. It's going to have a solid glass panel in the front and rear load, which will be significantly easier. Yeah, I can if you guys want. But it is going to be made out of black walnut. It's going to have a small raised section here in the middle, so I can do some laser engraving and then color fill. And it's got the same black liner in the back. So I will go to the lumber yard and find a really nice, pretty piece of black walnut. Unless I have some up there, which I might, because I've acquired quite a collection of black walnut. There's this kind of whole shelf here. There's some whole bunch of pieces up there. There's probably, I don't know, 30 or 40 board feet of black walnut up there. Yeah, the Chaos Twins are busy, so they're not talking much. Also, Chaos Twin Junior, Chaos Triplet Junior, I don't know. Beth seems to have gotten bored. Welcome back, Grunick. What you sipping on today, buddy? All right, we're going to put another coat on this, and then I'm going to put one coat on that, on the door, just as a sealer. And I don't much care about the plywood panel. Like, I really don't care about that. I'm not going to do anything special. Actually, I could spray it. No. I think I'm going to put a coat on the front, but on the back, I'm not going to put a coat. I'm just going to play with the wax and see if there's a difference between the two. Did not? Oh, I'm sorry. I would have been bored. Trying to do childcare licensing search. Say that makes sense. You can bottom shelf bourbon to ease your mind. Hey. You're using your one brain cell right now? Yeah, if you guys were unaware, the Stex combo, the Chaos Twins, they share a brain cell. And sometimes there's a lag between it getting from one to the other. So they gotta stagger out their work. If they're both using it, it's like an old Windows 95 computer. It's super slow. You can't find the flashlights. Steph stole the dial-up internet. Yeah. Well, I guess I could just do it this way. That's probably fine. That should work. Maybe I was good with Windows 95. Yeah, Bex. Back in the sporting goods in the hunting camping section. Right now it's hunting season, so they're gearing up for rifle season. So they'll have a bunch of them back there. But in the camping section, they'll have the more cost-effective ones before they get that hunting price hike. Because when you move it to the hunting section, the price automatically doubles. It may be overheating right now. I'm good with Windows 95. Hey, don't be trying to hoe out my muffins. Oh. Hang on. Let me turn it around. Because Runic won't tell me the secret. That's what I use right there. My favorite finish currently. You can get it on Amazon. You can use the code SHARE SHARE15 on Gilboy's website, and you can get a discount. Yep, Gilboy's. Standing right across from, oh Lord. Welcome, TJ. Now, that is not an affiliate yet. I'm hoping one day that I can convince them. Oh no, no. I must put my plastic down into convince them into to being a sort of a channel affiliate. And it's not like I don't want them to pay me, right? I'm going to use their product anyway. I think it's a great product. But I wouldn't complain free stuff. I wouldn't complain about that at all. 100%. I'd be all about it. But their stuff's very cost effective and economical anyway. But I'm more interested in getting some codes for you guys, or maybe some giveaway stuff or something like that. That'd be super cool. Hey, system caught up. Yep, they're at the top again. Look at that. That lag finally caught up. That's brilliant. So this is what it looks like with one coat. Okay. It's got a nice kind of sheen to it. This is what it looked like before any finish was put on it. That from that, because I didn't finish the inside yet. Big, yeah, there's a huge difference. Huge difference. So we're going to put 2 coats on it, and on this, we're going to put 2 coats on and wax it. Now, this takes 7 to 8 hours to fully cure. You want to put it on real thin. You want to avoid any runs, because when the runs dry, it just kind of turns into a little gooey mass. I don't know if that gooiness will ever go away, but you can definitely see the run. Now, they say you can brush it on, roll it on, whatever. I like to do the wipe. I feel like the wipe is better. Just go with the grain, I guess. I don't think this stuff really matters because you're putting on such a thin coat that I don't think the wipe marks will actually show. And it's absorbing into the wood. It's not building a finish on the top. It's not a film. They have Gilboys has a YouTube channel. Gilboys UK, I believe is what it's called. And they do a lot of furniture restoration and stuff, which is super cool. They're also based out of the UK. So they kind of have cool furniture over there to restore. We have a lot of cool furniture here too, don't get me wrong, but not really as much as they got over there in the UK. Most of the furniture that we have around here to restore, you get fucking Christina, the Facebook scavenger, going up there trying to make a buck by getting something from the 1800s and painting it fucking blue and calling it restoration, and having the nerve to call it an antique. Listen, once you throw a coat of paint on something, it's no longer an antique. I stand by that. You ruined it. Hope you're proud of yourself. Now, I get it though, if it's something that's utterly destroyed. It's been damaged, beyond saving. Sure. Redo it. But don't claim you're restoring furniture by painting it fucking green. All right. I'm restoring 1800s dresser chest or drawer chest. Yeah. I spray painted it with Rust-Oleum. Fucking stupid. Sorry. I'm in kind of a mood today, I guess. No, that never happens. You guys never get to hear me just be blunt about my feelings, right? We're always usually talking about puppies and rainbows and unicorns and pink bows and muffins. Oh, hey, Mr. and Mrs. S, how you doing? What'd you do? 1,002 subs? Hell yeah. Is that a flag box? Yes, it is, Boondock. It's a memorial flag display. How's it look? Does it look memorial? Do you use the white Scotch pad? I do between coats. When I first started the live, I was using the white Scotch pad to give it a light scuff. Is that how you really feel? Good looking flag holder, not too bad either. What's up, Grandpa Dubs? How you doing, buddy? How's the grandparent life? Must be important. The Chaos Twins are always important. One of them makes me muffins and bread, so I mean that's kind of important, right? Oh, I don't even know what I was doing. I went and put this away. I still need to put some on one side of that door. I need something else to set this on. Doo-da, doo-da. I have more maple strips. The other gives you a headache? Yes. It's good if you can find time to see her. Oh, you're still working, huh? That time of the year, I suppose. Yeah, TJ, I don't have nothing wrong with people working up some, fixing up some junk, right? But double ass, yeah. All right, since this is no longer at risk of dripping, there's a run on the bottom. Must have been a little bit that ran off. All right, got it. Nailed it. Since this is no longer at risk of dripping, I'll move it to the bare side of the table. Move that door over here. You just look at how pretty that is. God damn, I do good work. Am I going to finish the inside? Yeah. What's it for? That when a soldier comes home or has a military funeral, they have a flag draped across their coffin. That flag is then folded up and given to either the next of kin or a dear friend. No, it's not stain. It's just oil. It's just hard wax oil. But that is a good point. But that flag is what goes in this display case, i.e., a burial flag, memorial flag, etc. This is the cabinet door for that right there. This we're going to experiment with because this is shop furniture and it doesn't matter. That matters. We won't experiment with that. You have 3 flags. I don't currently have any, but I will have Grandpa's flag. No, not Grandpa's flag. Not that Grandpa. Different Grandpa. Sorry. I will have that flag once it's passed down to me in the family. But for now, it's where it belongs. It also has a handmade flag case that I did not build. Somebody else built years and years and years and years ago. 2 grandpas, 1 dad. Cheers. What is what? The flag case? That is all black walnut. This is maple plywood and spalted curly maple. I think spalted curly maple for the frame. And the flag case is all black walnut. Awesome, Mrs. S. Which will be hot pink. No, the door will not be hot pink. Yeah. So what I mean by experiment with this is I'm going to put on the front face, this is the front face, I'm going to put a coat of that hard wax oil, 1 coat, and I'll probably do it on the inside here panel too, just because. And then I'm going to play with the wax after that hard wax is cured. Alan, that is a valid point about staining the flag. I will probably not finish the inside because I don't want to take a chance of anything happening. So I probably will not finish the inside, even though this is just essentially oil and wax. I don't want to take that chance. That door right there, that door, you can paint whatever color you want. I'll bring it over to your house when I get my new door built, which will be very soon. We're going to build a new door. I cut up parts for the old door, for the other door. I don't know, a long time ago, last summer, or winter maybe, put a new door on, and then I ran into another project and I cut those pieces up. When I put the new door up there, maybe just for you, I will put yeah, Dubs, that's fair. I'm not going to do anything to the inside then. I don't want to take that chance. But just for you guys, I will put that logo, one of those logos. Well, that logo, I'll put that up on that door, and maybe we'll make it pink just for you guys. Or maybe I'll make the this bit the hexagon. Maybe I'll make that pink, and I'll leave this all teal. Maybe. What's up, SGO? Would you just look at it, SGO? Would you just look at it? Send you the door, I'll paint it. Yeah, put on the pile behind the motorcycles and other stuff. Maybe I will make muffins. Maybe. Depends. Got it. Maybe you better make muffins. All right. Don't make me go spend $4 for a subpar muffin. All right. I'll be very unhappy. That means that you, if I'm unhappy, then I'm not going to build that with my little top secret extra edition. I know I like runic. You could also do pink sparkles, I'm sure of it. I don't think runic has a single paint that's not sparkles. Do you? I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen you use not sparkle paint. Drive it down and do it in a day. Sparkle pink candy. No, Steph. No. If you're not going to make me muffins and stuff on it, then why do you need it? Those muffins are yummy. They are top tier. They're good muffins. She makes pretty decent bread too. And the stuff that doesn't turn into good bread would make really good croutons, I'm sure of it. Base black, white, and gold. Wow. You have 3 that aren't. Anxiety in my kitchen. Also, I notice how every one of those colors is like a basic color where the sparkles will then go on it. I do like the way this stuff looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inside panel. This will be my first time using it on ply, and this stuff has some very thin veneer. It is like if you sand it with anything then other than 220 grit or higher, even at 220 grit, you don't hang out in a spot. You hit it and move on. You hit it and quit it. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. Don't know how to. Okay. It's on there thin enough. We're going to see if grain direction does matter. There. Oh. There's a paper towel in it. I am inclined to say that grain direction doesn't matter with this if you put on a very thin coat. But I'm not sure because every time I put it on, I've always gone with the grain. So, because that's just kind of fucking common sense. You go with the grain for stuff. It's one of those things that's kind of etched into your brain after a while, like pre-drilling holes. I have done a lot of experiments, by the way, Dubs, Gramps, about pre-drilling my construction lumber. And you are right. There are very few times that you have to pre-drill it, but there are times that you do have to pre-drill it when you're using it for something other than construction, right? What it was originally intended for. So those pre-drill times are only really when you are driving something large and you're close to an edge. Yes, it is, New Roots. Only here for you too. Damn it. That dark grain is really jumping. Yeah, that putting that stuff on there really does a number for the wood. For the grain, the pattern. Like here, let's see if we can't get you guys a look at. So, like you couldn't see that curl before, and that up there. Like here, you can see where I went across the grain there, and across the grain there. But that, I mean, you can't tell me that that does not look good with only that finish on it. Now, what we're going to do to this later Not tonight, because it takes 7 to 8 hours for that to secure. So maybe Sunday. We will. Now this will also tone down a little bit. It won't be quite as shiny. This is wet, so. But so just look at it. Just freaking look at it. See that lighter brown? You can see the kind of shimmer, the metallic shimmer. That's a shaker door, tongue and groove door. You can see here I didn't have I had my groove a little deeper than my tongue. But it's a shop door, so I'm not gonna trash it. This is your headache. It's not a migraine. Anyway, so this is the door. It looks like I might have a little spot right there. Yeah, there's a little bit extra there, but I don't want to wipe the whole thing. Are we good now? Perfect. So I don't know what happened, but I had to mute and then unmute. I guess it wasn't anything to do with the microphone. You fucking people. Steph had it right. I was comparing my thumb size. Right? They're pretty good. Stroking my beard. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just muted and unmuted. So the commentary. Listen, they can still do commentary. They're pretty good at just ignoring words and doing their own thing. Okay, so what I was saying is, for those of you who came in here for the woodworking, we are done woodworking. We're just going to hang out, shoot the breeze. what we will do next time we play with this door is we will apply the wax to the maple sides, the outside, not the panel. And we will apply wax to the unfinished side, which is this side. And that way we can see if there's a comparison to be made between the two. I'm going to wax this first before I put wax on that, because I want to make sure I get it right. What finish did I put on it? Gilboy's Hard Wax Oil. Gilboys apostrophe S. And I will be using Gilboy's wax. They got this nifty little kit that you can get. Got these little tiny cans of wax. I'm guessing it's 3 different tints. Let's look and open it up. I haven't opened it up yet. Share 15. I don't know how to open up their fancy little box. They have 3 different little cans here. So this is their starter set for the wax. I really don't know how. Man, they don't mess around when it comes to packaging. Goodness. All right, so you got these little, I don't know, 80 milliliter waxes, right? This one is pure gold. It's for ash, beech, maple, light oak, and pine. This one's rose gold. It's for rosewood, light mahogany, cherry, honey oak. And this one is antique gold for oak, mahogany, walnut, and elm. So I've never opened these. I've been waiting. Let's see what they look like. We're going to look at the antique gold. It's a beeswax polish. It came with 4-aught steel wool for application, and then a kind of cheesecloth looking thing for polishing, and then the other directions and stuff that they apply. Oh, so it does. This is dark. Yeah, TJ, that's exactly what I'm hoping. I did send them an email asking them for collaboration because I actually like their product. It's a very good product, and I don't see people using it. Although this one looks the same, the rose gold. It's still really dark. Muffins of that quality. Pom-poms for the wax chair. Send you about tree fitting. All right, let's look at the pure gold. That should be the lightest one. These are tiny little cans. My can popper thing is a little big. Oh, yeah. So that one's no tint at all, it looks like. My screen says mute. There we go. Put it on a white rag. Oh, you know what, Dubs? Well, sons of a biscuit. I knew you were good for something. Do I have a white rag? You know what I do have? I have blue rags and I have wood. I got sheets of paper. I can just wipe some on a piece of paper. Let's do that. Let's wipe some on a piece of paper. Let's see what the coloring looks like. Now that I closed them all. Listen, the only code that I have right now is the same code that anybody gets out of their product, which is share 15. Share 15. And you know what? Even if they don't want to do some sort of a code or that one is very interesting. Even if they don't want to do some sort of a code, I'm fine with it. I mean, I still like their product. I have no issues. Okay, so you're not going to really be able to tell, but this is pure gold, rose gold, antique gold from rose gold, colorless. I'm sorry, pure gold, rose gold, antique gold. That's the natural right there. I mean, on a sheet of paper. It is colorless. I don't know because I'm just testing it on this piece of paper. I will have to sit down and do. I'll have to sand. I guess a piece of maple, a piece of cherry, and a piece of walnut, and do a side by side for them. You know, polish half of them. Um, but so the hard wax is a clear. This is colorless. So I'm assuming that the pure gold is going to be a lot like that because I mean, it doesn't even show up on the paper. It's right here by my thumb. I don't know if you guys can see. I can barely see it. There, like it is. Chat keeps freezing. Yeah, gotta love that. You gotta scroll up and then scroll back down. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube doesn't know how to fix their shit. But I'm gonna put these back in those nippy. Maybe I'm gonna put this back in here. Okay, all right. I figured out how to open it now. Wait, maybe. No, I didn't. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just cramming this back together. I don't know why I'm putting it back in here. It's such an adorable little container. Also, I think I have these two mixed up. Whatever. In order of color. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, new roots. That's not a bad tip. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I didn't do that on that door. Probably because I said it's a shop door. I don't really care. But best practices are best practices. All right, Trudge, have a good one, buddy. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, man. Yeah, so I don't, and that's all I put on that was the hard wax oil, which is clear. So like it's kind of yellowish in the tin. It looks like that wax, like that natural wax, that pure gold wax. It looks like that when it's in the container, but it just highlights the grain, makes it a little shinier on both sides. Yeah, I really should I should keep that in mind for doing the other ones because I got a bunch more to do. Right, we have a ton of them to do, but yeah, I'm excited to try that wax out. I think they got a good product. So Jacobine that gives that cool golden shimmer to the light gray. Oh, nice. That's I got that. I don't know if it translates on the camera, but the lighter grain on this black walnut has kind of a metallic shimmer to it. This I don't know, it's not dry yet, but it does have a this part is not really shiny, I guess. I don't know if I'd call this a shimmer though. I guess it is kind of a shimmer, but it's also not dried yet, so I don't know. I like it. You like what I used tonight? Listen, I've got nothing against walrus oil and the other 400 different kinds of oils and waxes out there. I just really like this. I like the thing that I like, I think the most about it is ease of use, and I don't have to worry about it being not food safe. The toyancy. Yeah, that's the shimmer. Yeah, walrus oil and Odie's oil and their waxes, I guess, are they're definitely good products. This Gilboys, I think they're just a much smaller company. They're not really out there very much. They are like when you send them an email, you get an email from the owner or the CEO, whatever he is. Um, yeah, that's true, New Roots. That's true. And I did do touch ups on the uh, bassinet build with this hard wax oil, and Grandpa Dubs is the one that has that. So if if there were any imperfections to be found, I think he would have found them by now. Somebody would have. Do you love wood? Or maybe he found a bunch of them and he just doesn't want to tell anybody about it. Which, thanks, bro. All right, I'm gonna leave my hat in here. I'm gonna step outside that door because it is currently dark outside. I'll be right back. Yeah, for sure, New Roots, for sure. There's a beautiful screenshot if I ever seen one. All right. You left the hat. No idea how much he loves wood, right? What's in the koozie tonight? Bush Light. It's a special edition. My sense of weird everything. I mean, it was a pretty good code yellow, so I don't doubt it. Please advise. I got nothing for you, bud. Nothing for you. Move someplace where there are no pigeons, I guess. So that heater, where it's currently set, kicks on at about 63-ish and then kicks off at about 70. So, and then it just lets it, I guess, coast down to that 63-ish mark and then back up. Yeah, Dave, I got nothing for you, buddy. Sorry. Dan's therapist hour is on Sundays, and it's $79.99 entry fee. Good pellet rifle with suppress. I mean, that'd fucking work out, Robert. Get good with a pellet rifle. As long as they're not crows. Don't go popping off crows or ravens. You'll have a problem for life. Genesee. Hey, I like Genesee. We got it here. I've never had the light. Are pigeons considered nuisance animals yet? They fucking should be. 15% off link in the description. What? Hey, Julie, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Oh, for Sundays. Yeah. Pouch or long cut? Just nicotine pouches, no tobacco. Doing great today, Julie. We got a second coat of finish on that. Decided I'm not finishing the inside. Alan brought up a good point that I didn't even think of. We got our door cut down, sanded, and we got a first coat of finish on the front. Doing pretty good. Long cut wintergreen. Nice. How are you doing, Julie? Mrs. F. Got the new cabinets installed and everything put up. Almost back on schedule. Nice, Roots. Make nest boxes for American kestrels. Do they chase pigeons away? Getting ready for first coat of paint? No. No, not Zen. One of their competitors, Rogue. I don't like Zens. Zens are overrated and overpriced for what they are. What's up, Bear? How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you guys coming in. This is what we did today. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We did play with the wax a little bit. We got pure gold, which, I mean, now you might be able to kind of see where the wax is right there by my finger. Rose gold and antique gold, just to see what the coloring of them was. Cooper's Hawks definitely would. Nice. Turn more ornaments. Nice. It's that time of year. Listen, guys, if you are big in the seasonal market, get working on that Christmas stuff now. Get ready, because I mean Halloween stuff, you don't have to worry about that anymore unless you've got orders or something quick to pump out. You already missed that boat. Start working on Christmas stuff. Favorite species of wood and what type of cut? Quarter sawn white oak is nice. I don't work with it very often. My favorite species of wood is cherry. And I'll be honest, I kind of like the flat cut, the cathedral grain. I like that better than almost anything. These emojis, I got to get figuring out how to make some more. Yeah, white oak is a very sore subject. I don't know why we can't get it right now, but it's annoying me. 40 to 50 you put finish on? Hell yeah. Hey, Suzanne. How you doing? Suzanne, I don't know when you put the video out, but the short, but I just seen it. You were etching Marine Corps, I think, axes or axe. Fucking awesome. Walnut slabs, huge ones. Fuck that. Walnut's overrated. Like, sure, it looks nice, right? But it's so overrated. Yeah, Suzanne does really good work. I like cherry because it deepens over time. It gets darker without doing anything to it. Like it just naturally deepens its color. Well, I mean, yeah, people pay for it, but it's so fucking overrated. There's only there's got to be a point. There has to be a point where black walnut furniture and stuff, other than little things like this, 100% behind it. But there's got to be a point where the black walnut fad kind of ends. It tapers off. And then, now let another freaking bug in here. Do I use stain or natural? I generally try to go with something that is colorless. But I do like the Gilboys is colorless, right? I think so. My thing is I like to try to enhance the grain, the way the wood looks, not hide it. Now there are times. Oh, no problem, Suzanne. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. There are times where you do want to stain stuff, and that's fine. I will judge you. It's fine. I'm me. You're you. Everybody has their own preference. There's a lot of stuff that I make that I don't like because I'm not the one paying for it. I'm just the blunt instrument making it. Now, cherry is one of the softer hardwoods. Not softest, but it's one of the softer hardwoods. Yeah, oak had its day. They had a couple of decades for oak. The cherry, yeah, cherry does crack. I think it moves more. I don't have any scientific basis behind that, but I think cherry will absorb and lose moisture much more rapidly than a lot of other woods, and then you'll get a lot of checking. What up, Palado? How you doing, buddy? Now, Bear's a carver, so I don't know if it's different for him. Yeah, well, I mean, oak for the floors, that'll never go out of style. Like, what other options do you have, really? I mean, you could do pine, but it's going to get tore up. You could do cherry, but it's also going to get tore up, and it leaves a red hue, right? So, and I mean, you could do black walnut. I've seen people do black walnut floors. I don't fucking know why. It's so dark. It's so dark. There's a person that has an entire library Floor, ceiling, walls, shelving in black walnut. The entire room. And they have red, I don't know if it's felt or velvet lining on all the shelves and the like whiskey bar and stuff. Um, that room is so fucking dark. It's not even funny. I guess you could do maple, birch, hickory. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But oak has the if anybody asks you what type of wood is a really hard wearing wood, what's good for stuff like floor, the first thing that pops into people's head is oak floors. All the old houses were built with it. My house has oak floors um, in the dining room and half the living room. Um, they're covered by carpet because they were un unmaintained, but um, one day I'll open them back up, fix them up, make them pretty again. But the old houses had oak flooring. The furniture that your parents and your great grandparents had, or parents and grandparents, maybe even great grandparents, all oak. It has that it lasts forever kind of, I don't know, stigma to it. Old growth pine, yeah. Old growth pine does look good. Yeah, I don't know about the hardness of maple for a floor. Maybe just hard maple might be up there, pretty close. 2 layers of linoleum that'll last centuries. Oh yeah, there you go. Now I also have my upstairs in my house is pine tongue and groove board flooring underneath all the other shit. Um, and it honestly doesn't look bad, but it's been painted at some point in its history. Probably back, my house is over 100 years old, so I would imagine back then they probably didn't have a whole lot in the way of carpeting. You just painted the floor, um, which is cool, I guess. But so that would take a lot of work. But when I put the little snap down fake wood flooring in, um, it I put it down over top of the tongue and groove pine, and there's not even gaps in the tongue and groove pine. It's still very tight. I mean, it's not perfect. There's little gaps, but there's no like big gaps you could see through. Yeah, southern yellow pine is one of the hardest of the pines. In your construction lumber, if you go to the I don't know, Home Depot or whatever, and what's up, Mainleys? Hey Frank, how you doing, guys? Appreciate you. You've got white wood, which is junk wood. It's not good for, it's not hard. It's soft pine. You've got southern yellow, which is the hardest of the three, and you have what's the other one? Fir, I believe. Fir, which is in the middle. Um, the so fir would be, I guess it's decent in terms of hardness, but it's still going to scratch and dent pretty easy. Southern yellow, if you're going to Home Depot and you see southern yellow pine on it and you want to make something, you want to make some outdoor furniture or coffee table, whatever, grab that stuff. They generally don't separate them out in terms of cost. They separate them out in terms of quality. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Watching, there's a friend of mine's house. He had before he had gotten with a lady that has a toddler. Um, cute kid, right? Don't get me wrong. He's cute. He's a cute boy. He's a good kid. But fuck the number he did. Him and the two dogs have done to that hardwood flooring that was throughout their whole house. Oh my goodness. It hurts. Hurts. Yeah, that Southern Yellow 870. Yeah, that sounds about right. Um, I don't live in the South. I'm up in the North. I'm up in Northwest PA. We have Southern Yellow. You can get Southern Yellow pine. It's just not as common. You've got to look for it. Yeah, it's usually the bigger stuff. The bigger stuff, and it's got closer grain. If you're getting stuff that's got like half-inch wide grain, that's probably not going to be Southern Yellow. Yeah, Papa's a little more north than me. I'm north compared to Florida. Also, anytime you're getting lumber, it's only a few dollars more for like a 2x10 or a 2x12. Usually, all right. Preface that with usually. If you need 2x4s, instead of digging through that rack of crap, buy a couple of 2x10s, 2x6s, 2x8s, whatever, and rip your 2x4s out of those. You can then get something that's not, maybe it's got a knot in it, or maybe one side's chewed up, but you don't need that section, right? It's a super handy way to get better quality lumber for, actually, I mean, I don't know, depends on what your yield out of it is. It could be cheaper. Unbreakable. Oh, it's breakable. Yeah, you've got to look for it. There's a stamp. I used to have a piece of wood. I don't know where it is. When they stamp it or they put it on the label. Now, this one's pressure treated. This is different. I used to have a couple of pieces that I cut the stamp out of with the black stamp they put on it. That told you like KDHT is kiln dried heat treated. You want that, right? Which almost all construction lumber is kiln dried heat treated, right? Cheap DeWalt tools online. I mean, I don't know. We have everybody and their brother is a woodworker, and then spends a bunch of money on stuff, and then decides they don't know what they're doing. Excuse me, and don't like it, and it takes up too much space, and it's too loud and too messy or whatever. And then they promptly sell everything on Marketplace, and then somebody else buys it all, decides it's not for them. They sell it on Marketplace. Chestnut, yeah, you're very rare. You're gonna find what is it? Chinese chestnut, American chestnut, something like 95% of the American chestnut was wiped out by a blight. So chestnut will regrow from the roots, but the blight will affect it before it gets mature enough to flower and seed. So there's a ton of it out there, really. There's a lot of it out there. The American Chestnut Society, of which I'm a member of, they are doing amazing things in trying to preserve and catalog all the American chestnut that is still out there. And they are trying to find ways to bring the American chestnut back. Whether it's through crossbreeding or genetic manipulation to try to make them more disease resistant, or breeding from ones that have survived the blight, getting those ones together and breeding stock out of that to spread around. The blight is the biggest issue, and it lives in the ground. It doesn't go away. No, yeah, pine's not a hard. What's the softest hardwood? Poplar, I think. Yeah, it's not technically a hardwood. Also, hey, Sunstep, sorry if I missed you, buddy. Apologize for that. Yeah, I'd love some American chestnuts. But more importantly, I would, yeah, but poplar is still technically a hardwood because hardwood, softwood is not dependent on its Jenga scale. Hardwood, softwood is dependent on deciduous conifer. So if it loses its leaves in the fall, it is technically a hardwood. Yeah, the twins must be up to something. Either that or I put them to sleep talking about wood. I feel like that puts them to sleep just about as quickly as talking about clamps. What up, Lynn? Colby, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, oh, they're definitely up to something. I which I need more of. Oh, fuck. See, it's you said their name too many times, Papa. This is on you, buddy. Depends on what type of clamps. Giggity. Issues with projects due to wood swelling. Minimal. Minimal. It is a concern, but here's the thing. So these side panels, they're about 2.5 inches wide. Okay. This is end grain to edge grain. All right. The grain goes two different directions. Wood doesn't swell lengthwise near as much as it expands widthwise or thickness wise. It expands across the grain, not along the grain. Now, that expansion is amplified the bigger the piece of wood. So if you've got 50 pieces of 2-inch wide wood glued together and as a panel, each one of those might swell a 10th of an inch, right? Or a 16th of an inch or a 64th of an inch. It's very small, but it has a cumulative effect. So when you're doing a big panel, it is best to either account for wood movement by not locking it in with a frame. Like if you're doing a table, leave it open. Like let it move, let it breathe. A breadboard end, if you attach, what is it, the two end pieces with glue, I think it might not be the two end pieces. It might be two other pieces, but you have tight fitting joinery. So you only have a mechanical connection in a small section of it. The rest of it is supported with joinery. It allows the table to move and the breadboard to not try to hold it. Yeah, on the ends. That's what I thought. You glue it on the ends. I have to do accounting in the wood shop. Is it the middle? See, I can't remember. It's one or the. I don't do breadboard very often. It's you use tight fitting joinery And things like tight fitting dowels, right? Uh, loose tenons, whatever you want to use. But you only, if you secure it in the middle, that makes more sense because the cumulative effect will be on the edges, not the center. You only have a mechanical fasten here that allows this to move, but this isn't flopping around all willy-nilly, right? Because you've got that tight kind of connection. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. It makes more sense to secure it in the center. And it's not just like the middle two boards, right? Because you can go out a little bit before that cumulative effect starts to jeopardize the structural stability of the table. So your inside's not going to move. Your inside is going to stay put. The expansion is going to continue this way and this way. It's not going to start from the outside and work its way in and squeeze everything together. Yeah, I should know better. You're right. But I want to be clear. I don't use breadboard very often, so I may have it wrong. But I do know that you do want to have a little bit of, so you want tight fitting up and down. You don't want it to move up and down, right? So you don't have anything going on like this, right? But you do want to allow it to move this way just a little bit. Like, it's not a lot, okay? But you'll never stop wood from moving, ever. Nothing you do is going to stop it. You can put metal C-channel across the table and bolt it down. It's not going to stop it. It's just going to crack. If it wants to move, it will move. What's up, makers? How you doing? Like, so one of the reasons for putting the track in is A, so you have a place to mount your legs. B, it kind of helps keep everything flat. It's less likely to curl because you have that extra strength in there. But when it comes to wood moving or, across the grain, you're never going to stop it, no matter what. I have to put it in the fire pit. That would work. All right. There is one way to stop wood from moving. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it, New Roots. There's this misconception that I see quite often that you have to put the C channel in or the table will split. The C channel holds the wood together. That's not exactly true. It helps prevent it from doing this, not so much this. Because if you put a screw every 6 inches and that wood wants to move in between those two screws, it's just going to create a crack. If it wants to shrink, it's going to crack. If it wants to expand, it's going to tear out that stupid little threaded insert you put in. Like, yeah, only helps. That's it. But it does provide a really nice place for you to mount legs to. Then you have a metal to metal connection. Much nicer way to mount legs. Way less over time wiggling and loosening up them threaded inserts. That can happen, right? But if you're metal to metal, it's a bigger piece that needs to be moved around. Mount legs. Ain't going anywhere. Yeah, so skirts is another thing. They act the same exact way as breadboard. Instead of putting it across the end grain on the end, you're putting it across the end grain underneath the table and fastening it to it. That you can leave yourself a slotted hole or a slightly oversized hole, and it's less noticeable. If you're on the top and you've got a joint here now that is open, it's going to be extremely noticeable. So need to go mount some legs. YouTube really hates Pilato, man. But YouTube will tell you everything. So Z clips, yeah. Yeah, those little figure 8 clips, the Z clips, whatever. They like I think people think that I've got this figure 8 so my table can move this far. You know, it can move a half an inch. And that's almost never going to happen. It's not going to move that much. But it might move an eighth of an inch over a large area. There is a formula somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. I know I have a copy of it. I'll see if I can pull it out of my hard drives. There's a formula for wood and its expansion and contraction rates from ambient humidity. There's an entire formula you can use, but ultimately, it doesn't matter because you can't do anything about it anyway. So, long answer short, in small projects, wood movement doesn't matter. It only matters when you get into larger projects. Most complicated project that I've done to date, my most complicated project was probably that bassinet. That was a lot of work. I overcomplicated it myself for the most part, but that was a lot of work. The most complicated project I have in the making is the grandfather clock. There you go. Wood movement. Well done, Runic. Formulas to expand wood. Yeah. The smaller the project, the smaller the pieces, the less expansion you're going to have to worry about. The bigger the pieces, the more expansion. Concealment dining table. Yeah, I do kind of want to build that. I still want to build an octagon table with an octagon core and a closed octagon base with a pop-up thing in the center. Welcome back, Suzanne. Appreciate you here. How was dinner? You're killing me here. It's Amish in my neck of the woods. But the grandfather clock is a commission for a person who had a house burned down, and they managed to save one of the side lights on their front door, and they want to use it. So they came up with a grandfather clock using this stained glass side light, which is gorgeous, by the way. This stained glass side light for the front of the grandfather clock. Yeah, there's a gentleman in Switzerland. Sweden? I can't remember. There's a very old gentleman who hand makes the clock mechanisms. They ordered one from him. I can't begin the clock until I get that mechanism. Uh, but he only does a few of them a year. It's just him. He just makes them. But we've done video chats and stuff, going over designs and looks and whatnot. I've had any with. Yeah, no. So the side light is, some front doors have those two long windows, the the two long windows on each side of the door. Apparently, this house, they had two stained glass panels, and they managed to save one. I can't recall. I think it was a parent's house who's no longer around, a grandparent's house, maybe some sort of a family home. High-end solid core doors. I'm gonna make a big old pine door for that fucking thing right there. Just a big old pine slab. Well, it's gonna be made out of construction lumber, probably pressure treated. And we're gonna make a 2-inch thick door right there, 2.5-inch thick. 2-ish inch thick. Do I have a pick of the glass? No, I should do that. I have the glass. It's in my basement, but I will not move it because I don't want to take the chance on breaking it. I can't replace it. So, but I should open it and take a picture and show you guys. So I take it back. If something happened to the glass, I could probably use one of the stained glass makers around here to help repair it, but I don't think it would be the same. Um, like the materials and stuff are different. Yeah, and plus the aging on the lead. I don't think it would match. I think it would be a blatantly obvious repair. But I'm not willing to take the chance. Like, I mean, you guys see my shop. It is absolutely not compatible with a 6-foot tall, foot wide piece of stained glass. Absolutely not. Murphy, that'd be a really cool door. Yeah, and I feel like if anything happened to that side light, I would have to send it to somebody who's an expert in the field of glass repair, of stained glass repair. And let's be honest, the job doesn't pay enough for me to be able to afford an expert to do that. Got to sell your wife on it. Do it. Do it. The only time I've seen like a river table looking door has been AI generated. I think it's a really cool idea. I think you should do it. I don't do resin work very often, but I would do it for that door. All this research makes you hungry. We got that leftover beef jerky cubes, right? That's really cool, Roots. That's super cool. You don't want that? Is that what you're feeding me tomorrow for lunch? Yeah, what's in your fridge. You're gonna toss that? Oh, come on. Steph learned an important lesson when it comes to meat today, and that is slices across the grain are less or give the effect of more tender versus cubes, which can get chewy. The thinner the slice, the more the tender feeling. But Steph is a baker. She's not really a meat enthusiast. I don't know if that really came out right, but yeah, fuck. All the current shit that's commercially available is just garbage. You're meeting like it. No muffins for you. Listen. I'm sorry. I'll make you a baker's island if you continue to make me muffins. Do chicken well, Imposs? You do. You do. You make some mean fucking ravioli and tortellini. Love me some of that shit. And everything else that you made in lunch was really good. The meat, some of the bigger cubes were just chewy. It's fine. I'll make you muffins. Papa's gonna get himself a baker's island. Well, see, Steph has to think about it. Papa's gonna make me muffins, so seems like Papa's getting a baker's island. Ruth, I have no idea. I went to a restaurant not terribly long ago. I mean, they're closed now, so I guess it might have been over a year ago now. I went to a restaurant in town. I got a plate of spaghetti, and it was like $24. I'm like, what the fuck? I could have made an entire pot of spaghetti for less than that. Should try pulled meat instead of mincemeat next time. Oh, that sounds good. No room, small kitchen. Hey, and nobody says you can't bake in the living room. Yeah, Pops might have dry muffins. I don't know, but dry muffins are better than no muffins. Listen, the best spaghetti sauce is not ragu. It's not Prego. None of that bullshit you buy at the store, right? None of those commercially available highly known ones. It's the $1.25 jar of spaghetti sauce from Wegmans. The Wegmans brand of spaghetti sauce. That shit, perfect. Your 2 grandkids say no bacon in the living room. All right, well, except when you pay $4. Yeah, that's true. If I had to pay $4 for a subpar muffin, I'm unhappy now. Right, John? There you go. Love your 98 CRV. I have pulled up the clients. I have a 2018 Ram, right? And it's dirty. It's used for truck stuff. It's hardly ever washed. Um, and I've always got a pile of something, either in the bed or in the back seat or both. And I've pulled up the clients' houses, and I walk in there in jeans and one of these shirts and one of these hats. No problems. Doesn't matter if it's the rattiest rundown trailer or the multi-million-dollar houses up on the bayfront or the lake view. In my experience, the only people who really care what you look like when you come to their house for, or they come to meet you for something like a wood project, are the people that you don't want to work for anyway, or don't want to work with. Those are the people that are going to give you the biggest, the most difficult, hard times. Them and the really cheap ones. For some fucking reason, when you're getting a hell of a deal and you're getting something like at cost, those people, or free, those people and the people who go, you didn't come in here in a 3-piece suit? Oh, this is fucking unacceptable. Those people on the two ends of the spectrum there are the worst to work with. What are you saying here? I'm saying that you're not the worst to work with. Although you're trying to withhold muffins from me, you are rapidly approaching one of the worst to work with. Okay? Okay? All right. I'm gonna downgrade you from an acceptable working relationship to a less than optimal working relationship. Oh no, it doesn't invalidate your effort at all. But what it does do is cause more headache than it's worth. Now, over the years, I have learned this, and I have learned that there are different things that you can do before you give them a price where you can kind of find out if that's where they are. And then you jump that price up. If that's where they're going to be, if they're going to be difficult, get paid to deal with their difficult. Oh, is Susan leaving? All right, Suzanne, appreciate you hanging out with us. Sorry I keep missing your live streams, but I miss everybody's live streams. I got a trainee at work. It makes it hard. And I'm trying to catch up, and I'm trying to do other stuff. It's tough. I'm sorry. Headaches are an important sign in life. Yeah, it means you're not getting paid enough to deal with it. Any more new roots? Any more? That's often what I do. I will price them out of me working with them. And I don't like to do that. I hate to do that. I prefer to, like, my entire business model is to give people affordable quality products, right? That's why my cutting boards are $75, because that is far below anybody else's prices anywhere around here. Anybody can get one. And it's a good product. And I will stand behind that product from now until the end of my days, right? But there are some things that you just have to pay for or charge for, like dealing with pain in the asses. Exactly, John. A PETA fee. Don't be that guy. I'm always that guy, Robert. I'm always that guy. Yes, word of mouth is the most valuable advertising. But here's the thing: if you have a client, doesn't matter where they are in the in the pay spectrum, right? Because I don't just charge bare minimum for anything I do. Okay. There is like if you're living in a $3 million house and you're driving a fucking Ferrari around, you can afford more than $75 for a cutting board, right? You're going to come to me for custom work. You're going to pay for custom work, right? I tend to try to price around what I think will fit people's budgets, which has benefited me thus far. I'm not getting rich off of it, but the shop's paying for itself, which is good. $15 planner guy. But those people who decide that they want to be an extremely difficult client, 9 times out of 10, they don't have any friends who aren't also difficult. So people tend to group together like flocks of stupid, just clumps of it everywhere. Assholes can tend to hang out. People who think their 23 cents is worth $1 million, they tend to hang out, right? But I can honestly tell you, honestly, in all of my dealings, I've dealt with people from the lake shore to the trailer parks. People who had more money than they knew what to do with, to people who had to scrape by to save up for a cutting board, right? I would prefer to work with the people at the lower end of the cost spectrum, because there's that group of people that thinks that because they're spending $100, they should have $1,000 worth of product coming to them. But outside of those people, there are people who they're price conscious, right? Which makes sense. But they are extremely appreciative of what you do. They are, the more grateful. The fucking people living in the $1 million houses out on the lakeshore, they don't give a shit about you. They're going to judge you no matter what you do. They always got a friend of a friend or a brother or a cousin, or my nephew's dog's fucking third puppy can do a better job than you. You should be thanking me for paying for you, your material, your product, whatever. Those people can all go fuck themselves. But those people are also on the very bottom of the spectrum. So in between, I haven't really experienced a lot of it. I'm sure they're out there. They're just being assholes to other people, and I'm okay with that. Enjoy the scripture. That's bro reading out the Bible. Listen. I don't even have any Dan Wood in my... Don't you? Did I make you anything? Art you hand down to your grandchildren. So, Roots, that's what I made the decision not long ago that I want to transition from general woodworker to furniture, right? Heirloom. I want to make good stuff. I'm tired of making the stupid $10 little laser chairs and whatever. Like, I'll still do that silly little stuff for the local schools, but I like building bigger projects. I like pushing myself. Can't do that so much. A cutting board is a cutting board is a cutting board is a cutting board. Right? They're all the fucking same. I have all the Dan Wood. Yeah, you do, don't you? Shit, I didn't realize that. All right, Bex. Next time I do a batch of cutting boards, I'll make sure I make you one. Entitlement. Yep. Yeah. First, that first impression of that first contact with a client will immediately determine if I have a preconception of their attitude, right? If they're sending me an email or they're shooting me a text message that's very abrupt or trying to make me think I should be grateful for them, even considering me, I'm already got a bad taste in my mouth and I already know that's going to be a difficult person. They're already going to pay more, right? I'm going to try my best to price them out of me into somebody else's bracket while also going, if they do say yes to this, I'm at least going to be compensated for dealing with the headache. Something when you scroll back and read, I don't want to scroll back. I'm stood on Dan Wood at stuff's up. See that? Where were you when I was coming up with names? We could have named the shop Dan Wood. Dan's Wood. Right? Asshole tax. 100%, Robert. And I think anyone who's worked with anybody on even at any level knows that there are people that like back in the room heard Dan Wood. unless you're runic and then you just charge a pain in the ass tax for everybody. Everybody gets it. I'm going to start putting that on my invoice. PETA tax. PETA fee. Just me. Perfect. Yes, you work with a client, never for. They're not employing you. They're trying to get a product and or service that they are incapable of doing themselves. So you don't work for them. You work with them. Wait until you watch today's live. Oh, fuck. People eating tasty animals, 100%. What did I miss? And y'all leave a note in your muffins? About what? A pain in the ass tax? What are you going to do? Rob me of a muffin? Also, yes, Steph, that's why I raised the price. And now I want bread and muffins, and I come to your house for lunch. And whatever else I decide to add on later on. Don't appreciate the PETA tax. She has dance in her house too often. She'll take out some blueberries. Yeah, that's it. There has to be communication with a client or a customer, however you want to look at it. There's got to be good communication there. If they're very abrupt and they go, "Here's this picture I found on Pinterest. I want that," and that's all they say, or "I want this, but I want to pay this," whatever. There's no communication. That's going to be a rough project. I like to send update photos and update texts or emails, whatever kind of communication I have with them. I like to go, "Hey, here I am with this. I'm here. What do you think of this? Are we good with how this looks? Is there anything you want to change?" Because once it's got finish on it, I'm fucking done. You're not changing nothing. That's what you paid for. That's what you're getting. But up until that finish point, you go, here's the steps. These are your updates, right? Expect those lunches. Yeah, I might. I might have to. And if people get real short with me and then give me an attitude when I have the final product, like, you've seen this entire process. I've sent you. It's not my fault you refuse to communicate with me, but I've sent you this stuff. I do that as well with the update pictures. Yeah. I think that's the best way to communicate with people. Like in my experience, the customer, they have an idea of what they want, but they don't actually know what they want. They they might have this idea like I want I don't know. I want cabinet door panels. But I want them with the centers made out of I don't know, fucking pressure treated pine or something stupid. And then you make one and you go, or you mock one up and you go, is this what you want? Are you sure this is what you want? Like things change with people and they don't, I don't know. I don't want to say customers are stupid, but customers are stupid. They don't know anything. They know what they think they want until they see it. And then they go, I don't really like that. I don't want that in my living room. New roots, that's the only way to be. I have decided a long time ago that if I'm going to make something for somebody else, it should be the very best that I can do, that I can physically do, which is probably one of the reasons I obsess over everything so much. Yeah, see, John, that's you got to have contracts, buddy. Contracts will save your ass. And material deposit, yes, 100%. Like, if I'm making a flag case, okay, right up until the point that I put an engraving on it, I can sell it to somebody else. Right? This is a little thing. It costs me next to nothing in material, right? Once I put something on it and engrave something on it, it's now yours. You've got to pay me for it before I engrave it. Right? That's my stipulation. If I do anything custom to it, I need to secure my investment. Every step they can say you oh, could you do this? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've had any bigger um orders that have not had change orders put into it. Like when I give you a cost, I always say about for this. If this is what you want, it's going to be about this price. If there are changes, the price changes. It may go up, it may go down. Now, if I'm doing something like I'm building a kitchen island, all right? If I'm building a kitchen island or a big project or a fully custom project, like cabinet doors that are specifically your size, then I'm going to need a deposit up front for that. But something like this that I can repurpose or sell to somebody else, I don't call for a deposit for little stuff like that. Thus far, it has not bitten me in the ass, but I do know people where it has. They get a lot of people who I want this, yes, go ahead, and then back out, and then they're stuck with something that they have to store. Your forced kitchen baking island is going to be. You said you wanted it. Yeah, written contracts always. Everything in writing. I don't do anything verbal. If there is verbal communication, you will get a follow-up email so that I know I'm covered and I heard and remembered everything proper. And we have a written trail of evidence, I guess. Yeah. Even if it's not a signed contract, like for small stuff, signed contracts don't really matter, right? Nobody's, well, I don't mean, maybe somebody will, but the odds of being sued over $100 item, pretty small. But $10,000 worth of kitchen cabinets, pretty big, right? You gotta you gotta know where that line is, where you absolutely need a contract. Somebody orders a cutting board from me, I'm not having them sign a contract. They will have a written transaction between us, which in most cases will subside or sub fuck, I can't remember the word. Sub God damn it. It'll work as a contract. Yeah, New Roots, that is something that I started making people do too, because A, it was too hard to keep up with text messages on two different phone lines, emails in three different accounts, social media messaging. I made everybody, if you don't send me an email, your order is not considered an order, right? I don't care how many Facebook messages you send me, that doesn't count, right? You must send me an email to my email address, or I'm not going to consider it a real order. 60K. Holy subside. That might be the word I'm looking at. Hey, hey. It's a cutting board. Who's black coffee cup and blue picture? Huh? 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 You trying to chase Steph away? My muffin supplier? Yeah, I use Gmail just because of simplicity. Um, but I'm really thinking that I should have a completely unrelated account. Because he'd be paying for it anyway. Yeah, right. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Let you guys look at this pretty stuff with that hat in there. I'm gonna step outside. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So one of the things that was a real eye opener for me starting my own business was, you get this idea that oh, I'm going to start my own business, and then I can just tell people to go fuck themselves and do whatever I want to do. And that's true to a point, but Buddy Dan over there. Appreciate you, Zyra. But if you tell everybody to go fuck off and you're just a straight up asshole to everybody, um, you're going to have no comment, no clients, no business. Therefore, your business will fail. Like there is an incredible amount of back and forth, but it is also important that you set limits. Like I will not be treated like a fucking doormat because you're paying me for something. Absolutely not going to happen. That that whole the customer is always right thing that does not apply in my business because the customer is fucking stupid in most cases. They don't know anything or they wouldn't be paying me to do something. The customer does need educated on things that can and cannot be done. The customer is right when they say, I want this door painted fucking bright pink because I think it'll look good. Okay, it's your fucking door. You do whatever you want. You're paying me for it. I think it's going to look fucking stupid, but it's your door. White chocolate's terrible. That shit on the t-shirt. I might. The customer's always stupid. I might. $3K less than just the materials. That's what I'm doing in my house. I'm putting like I'm changing out my counters, and I'm just putting in pre-builts. I'll put my own face frames on them, or I'll paint them. Or I'll put my own tops on them. Them pre-builts are cheap as fuck. Yeah, white chocolate is not chocolate. Doesn't count. Doesn't count, New Roots. White chocolate is just a chocolate adjacent product. Nobody likes chocolate adjacent. There's that paint word again. And bright pink, because I wanted to make sure Steph was paying attention. Yeah, I was looking at it like I could build my own cabinetry. It's not that complicated. But the price difference between building your own, just material wise, not even counting time, building your own and buying pre-made cabinets that you just slap in place, huge fucking difference. Greg's hitting you tonight. Charcoal and chalk mixed together. I don't know. Steph might be sleeping. Would you say cabinet making isn't woodworking? Depends on the cabinet. I mean, you still have to assemble it, I guess. But I think cabinet making is more traditional carpentry. Like you would hire a carpenter or a general contractor for. It's not. I look at woodworking as more of the like this is just carpentry. This doesn't matter. This was more woodworking because this took a little bit of effort and thought. Cutting boards is more woodworking. There's a lot more going on than just screwing a couple of sheets of plywood together. But I mean, it is all technically woodworking. Woodworking is all just knowing how to make a good box. I mean, that's fair. It's all carpentry is too. And yes, pre-builts are just MDF crap, but it's the framing that matters, not so much the box. The doors, the framing, the top. The box can be made out of fucking cardboard for all I care, as long as it's sturdy and it holds up. If you use a CNC to make your cabinets, you're lazy. Why are you using a CNC to cut out a square? Yeah, that's also true, Papa. I don't think that I've heard any cabinet makers say that they're a woodworker. Now, there's nothing stopping you from replacing your cabinets, makers. Go buy some plywood. It doesn't have to be fucking Baltic birch to make a goddamn cabinet. All right. I don't know why everybody thinks that had to happen. It does not have to be Baltic birch, fucking 3/4 inch thick plywood to make a cabinet. It's cutting those data. I mean, yeah, that would be a good use of CNC. I would just use a jig, but that's because I don't have a CNC. Your granite countertops are stopping you. All right, that's fair. But they do come off. So here's the question. If or shelf pin holes, I have a jig for that. I don't I mean CNC is nice, but I can do everything that a CNC does with a jig except for carving. Right? I can't do that. But if the cabinets are trash, why would you put nice countertops on them? It's like holding up a Fabergé egg with a toothpick or a straw. Obviously, they're going to hold up. I mean, you're not like this is your countertop, and you've got a face frame on it and doors. And as long as you're not missing any caulking or whatever, you really shouldn't be getting any water in here, which is the MDF and water don't mix. So you think we did it before electricity? No, no. People like Amy Joe can carve and Suzanne. I look like I'm drawing stick figures compared to them. So we can only afford a cabinets, not better. Only afford a counter, not better cabinets. Still, I think that's the argument for CNC is that it's more efficient and more exact. Because I could put a jig up, I can put my jig on here to do shelf pin holes. And I could have shifted my jig a little bit in the middle of those holes. Now I've got somewhere where two holes are closer together, and then they're all off after that. I mean, it makes sense. Machinery is more accurate, right? But you still didn't make it. I'm just playing, Runic. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Pop some of that bottom shelf bourbon. What's up, Dell? How you doing? Only if you don't mash it on the other side. See, there you go. What's up, Dell? How you doing, buddy? Listen, I got nothing against CNCs. All right, nothing against it. I I think CNCs are another useful tool, just like my laser, and I intend to get one at some point. I just I love to poke. I love to poke. Well, that is true, Papa. If you match it wherever you need them shelf pins, if you need 4 sets, then they're not off. You just got that one section that can be closer together if you need to. We'll call that a feature. Bro's getting roasted. Even one less muffin for his attitude. Wow. Wow. Thanks, Steph. Appreciate that. Oh, flattening slabs, CNCs are superior for. I mean, if you've got a rock solid frame and a rock solid gantry system, I mean, that's much better than you're going to get with any kind of 2 boards and a fucking little handmade gantry thing you slide a router across. As long as it's not banana. I'll tell you where the shells go, right? Special features. You got all of your shelf bins are 1 inch apart, except for these two. They're a 1/4 inch apart because it's a feature. What if your stuff is a 1/4 inch higher? You don't want that extra 3/4 of an inch. I mean, I'm thinking about you people here. Make an apple crisp this weekend. Ooh. Yep, they can't be off if you don't give them. that's that's it. I think most of I made a jig probably for 1 or 2 little shelf systems. Everything else, like this is where your shelf is. Then that's where it fucking is. I mean, there's not an option. I go for generally where it is structurally useful and visually appealing. Head hurts. Great. Now you can hang out with us for another 30-ish minutes. 8-hour drive for apple crisp. Papa's just committed to driving down here. I do want to make a flattening. My current flattening jig is somewhere. Can't remember. But it's just basically it's a plywood base with a slot cut in it for the bit to fit through, and 2 plywood sides. That gives it its structure. But I only use it for cutting boards. Right? It's only this big. And I put it on 4 pieces of plywood that I glued together and ran through the planer so they're both flat and the same height. Like I don't have wheels, but what I do want to do is I want to make the plywood rail, or the plywood runner rather, attach those aluminum rails to it with that have the slider, those round rails that have the sliders, and attach crossbars to that, but that takes up space, and space is limited here. I mean, it sounds good unless you get too big. If you go too big and you're pushing on the router, any kind of aluminum, metal rods they're going to bow in the center. You're going to get a bow. And I think it'll even happen with plywood. If I got 8-foot long stretch of plywood and I'm pushing in the center, I'm going to get a bow out of it. Melamine, so it glides a lot smooth. I waxed the ever-loving piss out of mine, and it still doesn't slide very well. It's more of a, all right, I did this pass, move over a half pass, half pass, half pass. Like, I don't need better. You fucking hunting in West Virginia is beautiful. Well, I don't know, Roots. It was an example. All right. The wider the length of the unsupported length, the better your odds are of having a deep depression. You're going to get some sort of deflection over pretty much any length if you're pushing on it. But the longer that length, that span is, the more deflection you're going to get. Hey, makers, I'm glad you got to hang out too, buddy. It's been a good time. Yeah, 8-foot round table. See, you gotta flatten something. And Hershey, what are you talking about Hershey for? Now I want to make it. Listen, I do want to make. I've got a couple of slabs in the shed. Couple of cherry slabs that I'll probably have to send back to the kiln because it's been so long. I want to make my dining room table. I really want to do it. They are 3 inches. No, what are they? 3.5, 4 inches thick. I should be able to get a 3-inch slab out of them fairly easy. A nice, thick hunk of a cherry table. Bring a tear to your eye. I do like spalted maple. It's nice looking wood. I still prefer cherry, but spalted maple is a nice looking wood. Tastes like water. Ew. Having coffee. I'm having a pop. My first pop of the night. I enjoy our Thursday nights. They're a good time. They're a good time. It's a great way to kind of chill out and unwind. Yeah, maple. I mean, spalted maple with black walnut. That's a great color combination. Black with white, or dark brown with white, purple with white, whatever kind of shade of black walnut you got. All of the above. That's a great contrast. Magnetic big koozies? You mean like bigger this way or bigger this way? Because I have these. These are more for a bottle. Let's see. We'll compare it to this one. It's for a bottle. It's a little bigger, a little narrower. All right. All right, Runic. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll shoot you a text, son. She's mad. She said, Daniel. Yeah. Yep. She's big mad at me. Air dried walnut. Color's beautiful. Nice. BLTs on the wheat bread. Just to use it up, then some pierogies. For what? For lunch tomorrow? I'm here for it. Sounds great. Sounds great. I take time off of work to come eat that. Listen, I'm mostly here for the bacon. The wheat bread was actually pretty good. The bacon, the bread, and the pierogies. Stuffed to the gills with old slabs. Nice. I don't know why YouTube flagged that comment. But one of the things I'm going to do, and in fact, maybe I'll do it tonight, is I got to go through. I have a whole slew of words banned from the channel. I think I'm going to wipe them all out. We'll see what happens. Here to stir the pot. And some pierogies I need to make. I know what's for dinner tomorrow. Right? Pierogies are fucking amazing. You know, they're super simple to make, right? You can make your own pierogies. It's not complicated. But they're also real easy to buy and just make. Who are you honking at? Typo while talking about a typo. Homemade, definitely superior. Here, right, coffee? 100%, buddy. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you. Sauteed onions, cheddar cheese, sour cream. Nice. I like, so my favorite way to make pierogies, if I'm going to buy them from the store, is I'll boil them and then I will fucking soak them in butter. Oh, I love it. Perfect. You don't know what a pierogi is? All right, it's like a half circle, like a ravioli, but instead of square, it's a half circle, and it's stuffed with um usually it's like mashed potatoes and cheese or chives or some even have sauerkraut stuffed in the middle. Um all different kinds of stuff you can put in there. Think of a ravioli, but instead of square, it's a round folded over with a pocket of deliciousness. You can use all the cheeses. The Egyptian cheeseburger. I don't know what a fucking Egyptian cheeseburger is. Mama Gretzky's pierogies. They're about well, if you took like a 3-inch round of dough and folded it in half, but you got a good amount of like potatoes in there, mashed potatoes. Perfect. It's dough and mashed potatoes. That's a fucking pierogi. What that Linda thing is? I got no idea. They just like to call me Linda. Listen here, Karen. Meat, cheese, and pepper. Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, it sounds like the same thing. Google listen Linda. Bow wow. All right. I'll Google it. Google it. Not right now, but I'll Google it later. Google knows everything. I'll just ask Chat GPT why people keep saying, listen, Linda. Chat GPT will laugh at me and tell me that I'm stupid and I should probably Google it. It's almost the same thing as a pierogi, right? It's just a folded over piece of dough with a filling in it. And you're older, right? Also, my trainee at work, my apprentice, she's a deaf girl, right? So I've been learning sign language. And we were doing a job today, and she couldn't get a bolt loose. So I came over and I was like, all right, here, I'll do it for you. And I was struggling to get this bolt loose. And then right after that, I was carrying a part that was heavy. And I was trying to make a joke that she was strong. And I was not. And she said, no, you're just old. So old. I didn't know that. She doesn't do sound related things, but she is great with her hands and figuring things out. Obviously, you don't do sound related things, but no, she can hear some stuff. She has some sort of an implant, like a hearing aid thing. But she can hear some things. Like when one of the bolts or something I was doing was crunching, she could hear that. And she made a face about it. Like it wasn't supposed to sound like that. But she can't like hear. Like hear. If the radio in the car is super loud when she gets in it, it's just noise, I guess. Just loud. She's a super good kid. Very, very quick to catch on to stuff. Like I very rarely have to show her twice how to do something. If I show her once, I am confident that she will get it right every time. Super good kid. English when she spoke. Hey, Black Widow. We put a coat on this on the door for down here. We put a coat of finish on this side. We're going to experiment with this door, and we got the second coat of finish on the flag case, or on the visible portion of the flag case. I still have to do the not visible portion. Yeah, I don't know what her percentage is, and I've never asked because I don't really care. Some nice walnut. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. But I know she can hear some stuff because context is a thing. Right. So this is pretty well dry for a second coat, and it's got significantly more shine to it while still being. I don't know if you'd call this a semi-gloss or kind of a matte squared, maybe, because it's not really shiny. It's just kind of dull, but it does have a shine to it. All right, New Roots. Have a good one, buddy. We'll be hopping off here very shortly. And then this is how you still see the curl in it. It's much less shiny, but does kind of have this like reflective bit to it. I do not like it on that wood or that maple plywood, though. I don't like that, the way that looks. It looks kind of brownish. I don't like that. But that's not a reflection on their material or their finish. That's a reflection on the material. That's elegant. But so that's what we did today. And we stood around having a beverage and shooting the breeze the rest of the time. We had some pretty good conversations about why people are stupid. Customers suck. Um, They're also a necessary evil for creating a business. Starting a business, like most people, me included, we're like, yeah, I get to tell these people to just go fuck themselves, and I don't have to do that because it's stupid. But you learn really quickly that that means you have no customers. Trying to make a case for, oh, is that the Listen Linda thing? Okay, perfect. I'll look it up because now I kind of want to see it. Like, we had some good conversations tonight. Probably chased off 50 good clients, potential clients. We had a great conversation about how people at this end of the clientele and people at this end of the clientele fucking suck, but everybody in between, particularly these people, best clients ever. It's a pretty good time. Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have that balance. These guys can pay more. They can pay more of the bills, but these guys suck usually. But these guys right here in this area are usually the ones that are a pleasure to work with. Chased off the twins, but they keep coming back. Yeah, they know where they shine. And here's on the right here on the internet. Although I can't wait till YouTube changes this bullshit back to their fucking names. Never far. I feel like they are never far at all. Like even if I don't tell them I'm going live, I feel like they're there, just waiting for the right moment to pop in and say something. But it was a pretty good chat. Maybe those people that are either down here or way up here will learn something from that chat that we had and stop being such fucking tool bags all the time. What up, Turner? How you doing, buddy? By the way, Turner is one of these people, almost to the very top, almost. So he can dance that line a little bit. Just teasing you, Turner. Appreciate you popping in, buddy. Thank you. Weather's fine up here. Line Bex, I feel like Bex would be mentally. She's up here, physically or financially. She may be in here somewhere. Mentally, she's definitely way up there. Careful. The Chaos Twins are both like the top of the screen is that line up here. They are fraction of an inch mentally below that line. they dance that line. Financially, they're in this area, not way down here. In this area, mentally. Finance would be your feet. Same. I'm somewhere below the concrete here. Yes, Miss Potts. How can I help you, Miss Potts? Keep your wood out of her house for years. No, no. She likes my wood, and she wants wood things from me. Such that is one of those comments that can go very wrong. I may not get muffins next week. I've been called Miss Pot since you were a teacher. Ban my wood from your house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who was using the noodle board to cut cheese? Hmm. 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 Not even the cheese jail side. Listen, the very first thing, you guys remember that noodle board, right? Nice, beautiful flat top, cheese jail on the other side. You can flip it over. The very first thing on the top, grated cheese. And then cheese all over the counter because it was not in the jail. So just very first thing. She said, I'm just gonna grate cheese right on top of it, and then it's over there and over there, just everywhere. I still don't think cheese has been on the cheese jail side of that cutting board yet, or noodle board yet. It's fun. I walked in there for lunch the other day. She was making tacos. Seeing the cheese, I had to take pictures of it and send it to in the group chats. That's funny. And pictures of the escapee cheese over here on the sides. Cheese you're gonna snack on, not cook with. Oh, I didn't realize the cheese has not been sentenced to jail yet. It's been sentenced to death. I'll be right back. Just a second. Can't wait to read the comments that pop up now. All right. Let's see. Linda. Wow. That's a lot of exclamation points. Free cheese. Oh. Don't forget to look it up. 100%. Papa, I think the Stex The Chaos Twins have infected your autocorrect as well. Here, Papa, does your autocorrect only act up when you're around the Chaos Twins? Or is it all the time now? I have a theory. I think the Chaos Twins cause the autocorrect to act up. It's like some proximity. That's what we do, only around them. I know it. My theory is correct. Oh, Lordy. This has been a great night. I enjoyed this. I'm going to get either the worst muffins ever or no muffin. I'm going to get a BLT tomorrow with like 1/10 of a piece of bacon on it, and it's going to make me cry. Oh, that's accurate, Bex. That's accurate. You guys bring the chaos though, even if nobody wants the chaos. A shared brain cell. Soggy bacon. What is soggy bacon? Gotta be finger sandwiches because my bread loaf isn't tall. That's one thing that Steph has been. If anybody has any ideas, Steph has been. Sorry, her bread loaves are like this. They're not getting to like big tall things. When they do get really big and tall, they deflate. So we're trying to figure out what's going on there, because my bread doesn't get like that. But we've used the same recipe, and her bread is different than my bread. Gross bacon. Listen, I like my bacon soft. I don't like it like super crunchy, like right on that edge of burnt. I don't like that. It's just all dry and gross. They wide loads. her bread's like this. It's not puffy. Still fucking good. And it has a nice crumble. Oh, does bread fall if you bang? I like chewy bacon. Not on the floor. Giggity. I forget. I know some things will fall if you like stomp around the house or bang shit around on the counters or whatever. Is bread one of those things? Open door to take pictures. That might be the issue. Turn the light on, take pictures through the glass door. It's kind of why it's there, so you can look inside. But I don't think so. I don't know if it's that. Because it's got a really good crumb. The structure is really good. It's just not tall. Bet it's the issue. Steph, are you stomping around and banging around near this stove? She's trying to think right now. She's not sure. I think Bex has control of the brain cells, so she can't remember things. Like it's fucking good bread. I don't understand how we've used the same recipe. No, I don't think it's your bread pan, because I've checked mine and mine are the same size. We've used the same recipe. Ask your daughter. She bakes all the time. Papa will give us the answer when we go live next. He'll know. Or he'll fucking ask her now. We'll find out. Better not collect it on your micro. Do you need me to put wheels back on your dishwasher rack? Oh, she's in bed? All right. So someone should fix that. Yeah. Fluorinated water can affect the yeast. Well, they fluorinate everybody's water. If you're in the city water, you got fluorinated water. You go to an ad break, need to shit. Good luck, Blake. Go ahead. Have at it. Who's in bed? His daughter. He's going to ask his daughter because she bakes all the time. He's going to ask his daughter why your bread doesn't rise as much as mine does, even though we've used the same recipe. Like that recipe I sent you, that's the recipe I used. I checked. It's the one I used, the one I have written down. Mine turns out more like the loaves of bread you buy, the with the big domed top. Kenzie, remember she had homework? Oh, so you guys don't get to go pretend that you're falling asleep to my voice because it's very soothing and relaxing. Right. I do know that if the water's too hot or too cold, it can affect the yeast because yeast is it's essentially a bacteria, right? So if it's too hot, it kills it. If it's too cold, it slows it down. Yeah, your first one did. Your first one rose really well. Yeah, see, Jesus Christ. The reel about the yeast. Did you send it? Is this a reel that was in the group chat or one of the group chats? There's so many chats. It's so hard to keep up with them all. And I responded to it. All right. I'm going to have to double check because I'm not remembering. I'm going to have to double check. Oh, one thing I've noticed. Oh, things you can say in the bakery. Yeah. One thing I'm noticing though is the wind. I have one window here. It's behind you guys, but it's a single pane, and it's warm in here, cold outside, and the condensation on that window is a thing. But I do have some of the stuff I have on my ceiling, the Polypro, to put in that window to kind of block it off. So I may have to cover that whole window back up. I only right now I have the bottom like 2/3 covered so that people can't just look in and see the stuff and then fucking kick my door in or break my window, which I don't think would happen because my neighbors are nice people. Those neighbors are nice people. It gets a lot of yard to travel, but it's too moist. Now, I do know natural gas does create moisture, um, but there should be enough places for the moisture to kind of dissipate. This isn't like a sealed building. There should be enough places for the moisture from the natural gas to dissipate, I would think. but also heat dries things out. So, like, I do have. Where is my piece of? I don't know where it's at offhand. I have a full sheet to put in there. I think it's back there, tucked in there, because I didn't use it all summer. So I think it's stuck back there. But I think it is 10:31, and the Chaos Twins did not alert me to 10 o'clock or 10:30 or anytime in between. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have to get fired now, or at least a write up. So I'm going to have to head out. It's been a great time chatting with you guys. I greatly appreciate y'all coming in here. Thanks for hanging out, watching me play with this stuff, listen to me prattle on about nonsense. I appreciate it. Each and every one of you. You guys are my people. We will see you this weekend sometime. I'll go live. I don't know what we'll do yet. We'll think of something to do. But hi, Mrs. T. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you.